Hey people, it's TL Gamer, and I was going to make some videos regarding some things about GTA 5 when I tried to log in this morning, and this is what I'm met with. Now, before continuing this video, if you have not seen my TOS, TOA, and EULA video, you need to stop watching this now and go see that, because the situation that's happened in this video here that I'll be discussing is exactly what I explained in that video. So go watch that now and then come back and watch this. But for those of you who already have, I'm going to continue. Now, at first glance, the first thing out of anybody's mouth is, I cheated. And that isn't what happened. I'm going to give you the entire story, and you're going to be amazed at this. Now, first things first, you need to understand that Rockstar Social Club controls two things. One, you have to sign into it to get into the forum. And two, you have to sign into it to get into the game. So it controls two things. Now, Social Club, the game, and the forum have three separate terms of service and agreements you agree to. Neither one can affect the other. But if you violate Social Club, then you're screwed for both of those. But if you do something in the game, they can't stop you from posting on the forum, and vice versa. Now, here is the problem. I first want to explain that everybody knows online is filled with cheaters, because that has to do with this. Now, second thing, Rockstar has no automated service. Everybody knows that. This lockout happened between 12:50 and 1:30 a.m. this morning, and that was done manually by a person because there is no automated server or a session or whatever you want to call it that's controlling this. Now, the interesting part about this is I had not been logged into the game for almost 24 hours. That's right. I had logged out the day before at 4:30 in the morning, and I hadn't been on since. So it was almost 24 hours that this happened. Now, that means somebody locked my account out for this reason. Now, everybody knows that online is filled with 80% of cheaters. Now, the interesting thing I found out is that there was a group of people who had found out Rockstar actually has been able to stop 99.9% of the cheating that was happening for at least the past 3 months. And this pissed these people off, which I don't blame them, because the cheating has actually increased, not decreased. And then when you find out Rockstar has had the ability to stop this, that pisses you off, because are you kidding me? So, when I found that out, Rockstar basically has been telling people to set tickets up, submit tickets and evidence. Now, it also has come to find out that that is useless, because the cheater never actually has anything done to them that means anything. They're just told not to do it again, and then they're let back in the game to do it again, which increases the cheating. Now, when I found out that Rockstar had 3 easy, simple steps that I'm not going to get into in this video to stop the cheating, and have for over 3 months, and didn't implement them, and instead kept telling people to fill out tickets, I went on a rampage on the forum telling people to stop opening tickets, and I was letting them know Rockstar had this was going on, and that then I asked them, how do you feel that knowing that Rockstar has been allowing you to get screwed when they could have stopped it? I'm sorry, but if a company has a terms of service saying you're not supposed to be cheating online and then letting it go on, then the company has no terms of service as far as I'm concerned, because you can violate your own terms of service, but it's technically illegal because you're paying. I said it's technically illegal. I didn't say it was. It's technically illegal because there's a technicality on that. But basically, it sends the message that, it's terms of service. So anyway, here's what happened. I was told to knock it off. And I basically told the people on the forum telling me to stop telling these people to make them aware of this to screw. I says, you're not going to sit and bury this because of, you can't bury this. People have a right to know this, and I'm sorry if it's pissing you off, but Rockstar is basically setting a situation up and then wasting people's time. So what I was doing was I was letting people know. This pissed the people off in the forum because I wouldn't stop doing it, so they barred me from the forum. That is exactly what happened. Now, the cute thing about this is, since Social Club is needed to get into the forum, they were able to stop me from playing a game for something that happened on the forum. And that is where the problem therein lies. If you want to get rid of me from the forum for advocating cheating, fine. I have no problems with that. That was my fault. I don't care. And me telling a moderator, whoever it was, to that I'm not going to shut up and kept doing it, fine. I have no problems accepting that. That is the forum, which has absolutely nothing to do with the game, and the forum does not violate social club policy. The forum has its own rules. If you read them and then compare them to social clubs as TOS, you will find that there is nothing violated here. Advocating for somebody cheating is not against the forum rules. Telling people where to get the cheats and actually telling them how to use it, that's fine. That's different. But I wasn't telling anybody where to get them. I was actually telling people to use cheats because Rockstar's not doing anything and advocating for them. Well, if cheaters are going to blow your car up, make your car invincible. Start using cheats against cheats because Rockstar's not doing anything to take it upon yourself to do it. So I guess that was pushing it. Fine. I don't have an issue with that. Ban me from the forum or get rid of me from the forum. But you cannot take a problem on the forum, utilize Social Club as a scapegoat, and say I violated Social Club when I didn't violate anything because it wasn't in Social Club. I was on the forum. I only had to use Social Club to log into the forum. Once it's done, it's over with. Now, because I cannot play the game now, because they got cute with that, I am going to call Rockstar Tech Support. And this ought to be very interesting because I'm going to have them I'm going to try to get them to either connect me to the legal department, or I'm going to have them give me the legal department information, or have somebody from the legal department connect me. Because after this incident, I sent them an email. And this is what I said to them in the email. To whom it may concern, I sent this to Rockstar Support. To whom it may concern, I'm going to get right to the point. I had not been logged into the game for close to 24 hours, and the attached screenshot shows what happened when I tried logging in on June 8th, 2015 at about 12:50 a.m., which was right after I was done posting some things to people on the forum, which require a login to Social Club. After that, I could also not get back into the forum after, which means the lockout on the account was done somewhere between 12:55 a.m. and 1:30 a.m., on Monday, June 8th, 2015. This is not an automated lockout. This was manually done by an actual person, which means somebody was keeping an eye on it between said times. Now that's out of the way, let's cut through all the bullshit. And what I'm reading to you is exactly what I had wrote to them. Now that's out of the way, let's cut through all the bullshit that's going to get shoveled in a situation like this. The picture shows a code of conduct violation being done in the game itself, not the forum. And you guys full well know that there was no code of conduct being broken in the game in any way, shape, or form, either offline or online, because I had not been logged in all day, and this restriction was done right after I was done posting a few things on the forum. So don't bother trying to say it was a report from a week ago or some other past report. Now, the reason why I put that in there is because there's no automated service, so I don't want to I'm cutting out all the bullshit so they can't say anything. So anyway, continuing. Says, you full well know 100% for a fact that the reason for that restriction on my account is a direct result of an issue on the forum that staff had with me because of something I posted on the forum that they did not like. Now let me explain the full scope of the problem. You see, I went through this exact situation and issue with Valve, where someone punished me or went out of their way to punish me for something that they did not like on the forum. I didn't stand for it then, and I won't stand for it now. And I said, believe me when I tell you that it didn't end well for Valve after they pulled that stunt and thinking it would be cute to not respond to my request. So I'll be damned if I'm going to be put through this exact same problem with you guys again. So here is what is going to happen, and I'm telling them what they're going to do. Yes, I'm being very stern and adamant about this, and I'm not going to be nice because this is outrageous to think people can just do this to people just because they can. And this is where the legalities of this shit come in. I said, I'm sick and tired of people and companies thinking that they can just push people over and not have any ramifications for their actions. So whomever can remove this is going to correct this issue ASAP and discipline the persons responsible, or the next contact you get from my end regarding this will be that of a legal one. You're not going to punish me and not allow me to play a game that I paid for just because of some clown has a problem with what I said in the forum. You want to keep me off the forum? Not a problem. But you're not going to lock me out of my game because of a forum problem. I legally went after Valve because of this exact situation, so don't think for 1 second I won't legally go after you guys for the same thing. This type of behavior is beyond inappropriate and it's childish. Thank you. That is all. Yes, I have written that email. So what happened here is they're manipulating the terms of service and trying to abuse something that they're actually not legally allowed by law to do. You can't. People are again going to say, well, you signed the agreement. That has nothing to do with it. Okay, let me explain the situation here. The forum is, let's say, like a library. And you take a book out that teaches you how to build something. And then you go home, and then the library comes to your house and says you're not allowed to build that. The library has no authority to tell you you can't do that because, let's say you had a problem where you stuck let's say you backed up their toilet. Now the library is coming to you and say, you violated our conduct. We still allowed you to take a book out, but now you can't build anything with it because you violated our conduct. That is the exact same thing, and that's how ridiculous these situations are. The problem is people never take action against the companies that do this, which is wherein the problem lies. The longer people allow companies to get away with this shit, the more they're going to do it. So, in the next video, because I think I can only post so many videos because this account, like a video that's so long because the account is new. In the next video you see, I'm going to connect it to this one, is I'm going to actually call Rockstar Tech Support, and this ought to be very interesting to hear. I'm going to record these calls so you can hear them. So that'll be in part 2 of this. Well, that's all I have to say about this for now, and stay tuned for the second part.